Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. I'm a manifestation coach. If you would like to sign up with me for one-on-one coaching, there's a link in the description below. If you would like to learn more about law of assumption and manifestation, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Today I'm going to talk about everyone is you pushed out, and this is the foundation of manifestation. It's the foundation of taking accountability, becoming the operant power, and changing your awareness. Everyone is you pushed out is not something you practice. It's something you can become more deeply aware of. It's something you can set out to intentionally see the connection of in your reality, but it's not something that you practice doing. It is why your reality exists, because everything is your consciousness being pushed out. So your entire 3D reality, not just your inner circle of friends or family, your entire 3D reality, everything that you have ever been and are and ever will be consciously aware of, is the outpicturing of your state of consciousness. And what that really means is that consciousness in and of itself is God. It is everything. It is all that exists. It just is consciousness. And then it gets conditioned down through different levels of perspective that really are just a snapshot of all that is available for consciousness to experience. So your reality is a conditioned experience that consciousness can have through you. Basically, we're extensions of God, we're extensions of consciousness, and it's been filtered or conditioned or rearranged to give a very specific experience of all that is available. So the reason I wanted to start with that instead of just jumping into your specific person and all the things that are happening in your direct reality is because I have found that a lot of this a lot of manifestation is questioned by people because they don't understand how they have created things that seem to be so far removed from them or so far outside of them. And I think what's not stressed enough when we talk about everyone is you pushed out is that there is no objective reality that exists outside of your perception. So your perception of reality, your reality that you're aware of within your close circle all the way to as far out as you are aware of, is your experience being projected out. It's your state of consciousness being reflected back to you. It is not the one and only reality that exists objectively. In fact, it doesn't even objectively exist outside of you. So all of the things that are available for consciousness to experience, which are literally all of the things, everything that you can imagine, is always available in all moments, in all time, for consciousness to, through the rearrangement of itself, to experience as its reality. So that's something that I think is really important. I want you guys to really listen to that again, contemplate it, marinate over it, meditate on it, really digest it, that your experience is basically just a rearrangement of all that is available. It's not the experience. It's not the only experience. It's not the only one that exists. There are, probably an infinite number of levels that consciousness can experience, an infinite number of rearrangements that consciousness can experience. And it wants to experience them all through, all of it, right? All the different variables of how reality can come to fruition, of how it can be experienced, of what can happen in a lifetime. Consciousness wants to experience all of that. So that being said, I wanted to touch on that because I had a comment recently where someone asked, how did I create war, and how did I create this, and how did I create that? And it's not that you created it, it's that through the rearrangement of consciousness, your becoming aware of it. You're experiencing it, you're seeing it, you're knowing that it exists. Your consciousness is a match to it. It already exists energetically as a potential, as does everything you can possibly ever imagine. All exists. That's what consciousness is. It's everything. And again, it conditions itself to experience different variables of all that is available. So that's what is going on in your reality. So your reality is not the only reality. And there are many, 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 many different experiences to be had that are being had and will be had. Now, where it gets really complicated to me for us to wrap our minds around is that all of the experiences that have been had, are being had, and will be had actually are just being had now. There is no then, now, and in the future. There's only right now. And again, like that separation is just for perception's sake. It's for the sake of experience. It's for the sake of filtering some of this shit out so that I can know what it's like to be Denise. Denise that has lived this life, right? And then there's other Denises out there that have lived other lives. And that, again, is just a rearrangement of the one and only consciousness that exists for the sake of an experience that it can, call special or call different, or just, right, without the filtering of things. Everything just is, and we're God. And so we wanted to have this human experience where we perceive all the things that are possible, but through different levels. Okay. So I really hope that helps with everyone as you pushed out. And again, I think the really important thing is to keep reminding yourself and keep contemplating the notion that there is no objective reality that exists outside of your conscious awareness. There isn't one. It's consciousness that pulls in a reality that seems to be solid and real and objective, but it isn't. It's just your inner awareness, your rearrangement of consciousness being reflected back to you. That's it. So that being said, when we are manifesting a specific person, when we're manifesting a job, when we're manifesting more money or better health or anything like that, it's really important to keep reminding yourself that the experiences, the conversations, the circumstances that you're coming into contact with aren't objectively true. They don't objectively exist. They're just reflections of your internal state of consciousness. So when anyone tells you anything that you don't like to hear, you want to take accountability of it as the operant power. You want to take accountability of it as the arrangement of consciousness that manifested that experience. And that's as far as it goes. And then if it's, like I said, it's something you didn't want to hear and don't like the sound of, you go within and you change your rearrangement. You change your conception of self by rearranging your state of consciousness so that you can have a different experience, because you'll be pushing out different assumptions, thoughts, and beliefs. Okay, so everyone is you pushed out. It was coined by Neville, right? It's how he explains 3D reality and how he explains the projection of our conscious awareness. And with that is all the empowerment that you need to manifest everything that you want. Like, it's all right there. That's it. That's the answer to everything. Oh, everyone is me pushed out, and there is no objective reality outside of me. My consciousness is manifesting it through the arrangement of consciousness. That's it. So I can rearrange my consciousness, go within, start imagining a different version of myself, start imagining different outcomes, start imagining different conversations, start imagining different feelings within your body. If you're looking at like physical appearance changes or physical health, start imagining different conversations with medical professionals, start imagining different conversations with your family and friends. If you want to go broader, start imagining different things you're seeing on the television if you watch television. Start imagining different outcomes of like, political or societal events that are happening in your reality. Start imagining a better world. Go within and start imagining a better world, because as your consciousness is being projected out to you, everyone is you pushed out, everything is you pushed out. As your consciousness is being projected out to you, the more you become aware of it and point at it and talk shit about it or tell it how much you don't like it or get mad about it or complain to your friends about it or get all up in arms about it, the more you are solidifying it and keeping it as your experience. So you want to look at it for what it is. It's a out picturing of your own state of consciousness. And then through that, you go, ooh, okay, I don't like that, so I'm going to change that. How do I begin to think differently? What would, if in my ideal world, first off, start describing it. What would your ideal world look like? And it can be your own little personal world, and it can be the grander big world, and it can be both, right? Like, there are no limitations. All possibilities exist. So people say, but there is war, but there is famine, but there is this. Well, there is for you, and there is for all other consciousness that's aware of that and focused on it and creating it, but there also is utopia, and there also is abundance, and there also is perfect health, and there also is, whatever, unconditional love. Like, all of that's available too. You're just over here focused on this shit that you don't like and being upset about it or complaining about it or thinking it's wrong and you need to change it or anything. And the thing is none of this is real. None of it's actually real. It's all an energetic experience. It's a perceived physical manifestation of potential energy. And even the perceived physical manifestation, science has proved, is almost 100% non-physical. It's like 0.000006% or something. I don't remember. 0.000004%, I think. I don't know. It's mostly nothing. It's almost 100% non-physical. So it really is not real. It really is not a tangible, real experience. And my reality isn't the only objectified actual reality that exists. It's just the one that my state of consciousness is vibing with right now. That's it. Like, it's where my state of consciousness is residing, is in the world that's being outpictured from my awareness. So you want to change something, go within. Start deciding what it would look like. What does your perfect world look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What are you seeing? What are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you focused on? What are you grateful for? What are you spending time reveling in and dwelling in and contemplating? And what are you and your friends talking about? What are you and your partner talking about? Or lover, whatever you want to call them. What are you doing for money? What is money? Is it currency? Is it something else? Like, what are you exchanging for in this hopefully mutually beneficial reality that you're creating? Right? Like, what does it look like? Is it a barter and trade system? Is there a currency? Maybe it's shells. I don't know. Like, it can be anything. It can literally be anything. It doesn't have to be confined to what you're used to or what you think is the only thing available to you, because literally anything in your imagination you can perceive. You are God. You are consciousness. You can rearrange your state of consciousness and experience anything. So start spending your time dwelling in that. What does it feel like? What are you doing? What does a day look like in the life of your perfect world? And like, give yourself the joy of imagining it and dwelling in it and describing it and creating inner conversations that support it and creating visual scenes that support it, creating affirmations that support it. Minding your mental diet when you see something you don't like, instead of, dwelling in how upsetting it is or having a conversation or an argument in it about your mind or complaining to your friend about it. Look at it for what it is. It's my consciousness being outpictured. What state am I operating from that's pushing that out? And what state would I prefer to operate from? And this is how you change your reality. It's through you. It's through changing your conception of yourself. It's through rearranging your consciousness and then it will be pushed out and it will be reflected back to you. And you literally have an infinite potential of possibilities that are always available to you. All right. So there's a video on everyone as you pushed out. I will talk about it more. I'm going to talk about all of it more. I know I keep saying that. I'm going to stop saying that at the end of my videos because y'all know this anyway. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out and happy Friday. And I will see you all next video. Bye.